Alright, let's see if I can remember how to talk to a camera since it's been a minute since I've done a YouTube video on the channel. But that is the point of the video today. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on where I've been, what I've been up to, and kind of what the plans are for the channel in the coming weeks and months. So first and foremost, for those that don't know, my wife and I welcomed our first little one into the world late last year. And ever since then, it's just been a life adjustment. Life changes drastically. And really the big thing with that changing and how it affects the YouTube channel is just my available free time. And I still have free time, but I just have to be very intentional about how I want to use it now. I can't take on every possible task and project that I used to because it's more limited now, and you have to be very intentional about how you use your free time when you're not working. Both my wife and I are full-time working parents, so when we're not working, you know, providing for the family, I'm trying to spend quality time with the family, and then also still have time for myself to do my hobbies and things that I enjoy doing on my own, which is kind of like my creative outlet. So just trying to be more intentional about how I use my free time to dedicate it towards the YouTube channel and generating content to keep the channel growing and kind of just flourishing with that. Because I've seen a lot more people come to the channel, whether it's Corvette owners, enthusiasts, 3D printing enthusiasts, or both, which is really cool to see because, as I'll talk about in a moment, that's kind of the whole MO for the channel that it will be moving forward. So as you know, people that have kids probably know, you just don't have as much free time as you used to, and that's okay. Life changes, you know, we're in this new stage of life as parents with a little kid, so you just have to adapt to that. And I find that a lot of my free time now is late at night once everyone has gone to bed, which is okay. So I just need to be a little bit more disciplined on how I spend that free time. So I want to be doing that for filming content for the channel here and progressing my Corvette build and progressing what I want to do with 3D printing in and around the Corvette build and other things as well. So that's the big one. So just going to be more intentional about that, which is just might sound obvious to some, but when you step into this new role as a parent, you just kind of have to realize you can't do everything that you used to. I used to take on all different kinds of house projects, and back in April and May I took on the project of recoating and staining our deck in our backyard, and in the past that would have taken maybe one weekend, and that project then spanned over the course of 5 to 6 weeks, just because like I can't dedicate the same amount of time all at once to things like that. So that's just kind of the essence of what I mean by having to be dedicated and intentional about how I spend my free time. But so enough with that. Second thing, so you guys might notice this on the camera, things look a little different. I got a new camera for the YouTube channel that is more of a dedicated video camera versus the camera I was using before was like a DSLR high quality photo camera that also shot video as a bonus. This is a dedicated camcorder, so it has a lot better zoom, autofocus, stability, things like that. So I'm hoping it really helps kind of up the production level just a little bit on the YouTube channel. So if you notice things look a little different visually, that's probably why. The third thing, so I can't remember when I did this. This might have been at the beginning of this year or late last year, was I changed the name of my YouTube channel, my Etsy store, and everything. And I just did that because I wanted a channel name that better reflects kind of the MO, mission statement that I'm trying to do with this YouTube channel. And so the new channel name, as you guys probably can see, is called Addimotive. And what does that mean? Well, my whole goal with this channel, it really started out as a car channel doing car videos, exotic car videos. Then I transitioned to my go-kart build. Then I transitioned to my Corvette build as I got that, and then started sprinkling in some 3D printing, which is one of my other main hobbies. Is cars is one and 3D printing is the other. And I do 3D printing for my full-time engineering job, which is really cool, and I'm very thankful for that. So the MO, or kind of like goal and purpose for this channel, is to combine those two hobbies together, cars and 3D printing, or just anything mechanical with wheels and, you know, or that flies maybe even, but we're just going to start with cars. So cars and 3D printing. So if you think, well, the more official term for 3D printing used in industry is called additive manufacturing, and then automotive, you know, describes cars. So the two things together, additive manufacturing and automotive, creates Addimotive. So I thought it was a catchy name. It worked a lot better than my previous channel name. It just was hard to understand and people didn't always get it. So I'm thinking Addimotive just it kind of rolls off the tongue nicely, and it kind of captures the essence of what I'm trying to do on this channel, which is take my Corvette build it out, but also show how 3D printing can really help you through that build process, and talk about 3D printing and things like that. So this channel moving forward is going to really comprise of two main types of videos, which have kind of already been doing that. It's either going to be videos focused on the Corvette build and things about my C5 Corvette, and maybe other cars as well, similar, and 3D printing. So how to 3D print, different types of 3D printers, you know, not trying to be a dedicated 3D printing channel, but just also be a little bit more informative of 3D printing as well. And then of course the videos where those two things come together, 3D printing parts for my C5 Corvette and possibly 3D printing parts for other people's car builds as well. It doesn't have to necessarily be a Corvette. And all of that will feed into my Etsy store, which I intend to sell different 3D printed products on my Etsy store, which I've already been doing for one of them. It's that spacer kit that I did for fixing the front driver's side fender on my Corvette. It helps kind of set the shimming and gap for the correct panel gaps when you got to replace the inner fender on the car. So that's kind of the essence of why I changed the channel name, or better reflect the MO and kind of mission statement of what I'm trying to do on the channel. So other than that, like what have I been up to, and where have I actually been spending my free time when I do have it? Well, they're kind of standing, or they're not standing, they're right behind me. One is the Corvette. I've been tinkering with little things on it, kind of just really honestly I've been driving the car, kind of enjoying it in its current form. Which that leads me to, in the next few weeks, I plan to do kind of like a driving update video to share with you guys like where the Corvette stands as far as a driving feel, because I have some modifications coming that will definitely change the driving feel. So I want to document and show the process of how that driving feel will change as I install those modifications. So been doing little things with the Corvette, tinkering it, really just wrapping up, you know, late last year is when I was doing all the final paint touch-ups. That was what I've really done lately. But really what has taken most of my free time lately is what's in the background over there, all illuminated, is my completely new 3D printing enclosure build. So that was the last video that I left off before I took kind of like a summer, late spring break on the channel. So that build is mostly done now. I spent a lot of time putting that all together over the past month or so, and I'm just waiting for a few parts to put the finishing touches on it. But that's going to be another video coming out in the next few weeks here, just kind of showing this build in a little bit more detail in case you are interested in building something like that for your own 3D printing setup, because that took up a lot of time, and that was something that was like, when you budget how much time you think it'll take, usually like double or triple it, and that was pretty accurate. So I thought I'd be able to knock that out a lot sooner, but just, you know, things just take longer waiting for parts. I know my original design intent for some of the pieces on it didn't work out, so I had to kind of take a step back and go back to the drawing board, so to speak. So that was kind of what took so long for that, but it's pretty much mostly done now. And you can see also, that way, I've got a new 3D printer in there. So that's going to be another video coming out on the channel, is purchasing my dream 3D printer, so to speak, at least for this current point in time. So I've got basically 3 videos lined up, and then a few others related to the Corvette build specifically. I've had some people ask me a little bit more detailed questions about things related to what did I do, or what products did I use to help fix the car as I was in the major rebuild part of the build. So I wanted to definitely have some videos to share with you guys on that. And then the garage has been shifting around, so I'm going to be doing like kind of a garage update video, kind of show you guys my workshop in a little bit more detail, all the tools that I have. I think people seem to like that on YouTube. They like shop tours and garage tours. I'm going to be probably doing something like that. And then really it's, you know, installing those modifications I've been talking about on the Corvette that'll really change the driving feel of the car and just kind of keep building it out. And then really the cool part that I'm excited for, which I've been doing some testing on, is 3D printing more parts for my Corvette. I have been kind of on a holding pattern for that because I needed to build my setup there so that I could print a certain material, which I alluded to in previous videos, to print a material that's more suitable towards automotive applications. And that really required some 3D printer upgrades because I ran into some challenges with that. So that's another video that I'm gonna be doing, is showing how I kind of prepped myself and started switching and preparing for printing a material called ASA, which is really well known for being good in the automotive application space. So that's really the big things. I just want to give you guys a quick little informal video, not doing anything crazy. Might sprinkle in some shots of some B-roll throughout the video here of different things around the garage, but just want to give you guys an update. Life is definitely different than what it used to be 2-3 years ago when it was just my wife and I, but that's okay. Life changes and you adapt to those changes, and it's all good stuff because I wouldn't change it for the world. But you just have to learn how to shift your focus and your priorities, and family is obviously a #1 priority for me. Unfortunately, the YouTube channel comes lower priority, but that's all for good reason. Got to spend good quality time with the family because it's precious time that you won't get again sometimes. So yeah, that's kind of the update. If you guys have any kind of questions or feedback or things that you want to see more of on the channel, please feel free to leave a comment below and I will do my best to incorporate that. Trying to think of doing some go-kart content also, but I think that would just spread me too thin on what I'm trying to do on the channel for this point in time. Not to say that I won't be doing that in the future. I've sold a lot of those go-kart packets on my Etsy store. So I sell the design and blueprints kit for my go-kart that I built several years ago. So that's been going really cool on my Etsy store. A lot of people buying those, building their own, getting feedback. So that's really cool to see. But if you guys have any ideas for parts for the Corvette, videos you want to see, again, please feel free to comment them below, shoot me an email, and I'll do my best to incorporate it on the channel. Yeah, let's just do a quick little walk around of the garage and I'll show you guys in some more detail on some of the things kind of going on. All right, so a quick little tour around the garage. Kind of get an essence of what I've also been challenged with is staying organized out here. The garage has not only been a workshop, but it is also a storage area for all different kinds of things. House things, mostly baby things, and just things in general. So I'm the type of person where if it's not organized, it's really hard to be productive and stay focused. So I've been trying my best to clean the garage up, get rid of stuff I don't need, and stay organized so it can allow me to stay focused. Just kind of how I've always been. So yeah, lots of baby stuff around here. Cool little box here, little birthday gift that we got for my son. So maybe I'll do an unboxing and setup of that. That might be kind of cool because it is a Corvette, so it's kind of related to the channel. Maybe we'll do some 3D printed parts for that thing as well. But yeah, so just trying to keep the garage clean. Did a whole major reorg, so my workbench is pretty messy right now. But obviously the Corvette lives in the garage here, so it's been great. Let's see, things coming up on it. Got to do probably an oil change. The seats have been working great in the car, so I've got those Corbeau A4 seats in there. But like I said, just really been driving the car when I can. Usually I drive it to work like once a week or so if I can. That's the other thing. I can't leave too early for work or else I might wake up my son because his room is literally right here. So that's another challenge. But yeah, try and take this thing to work and just really trying to enjoy it since I got it finally on the road and driving well. But I want to do that driving update video to share with you guys kind of how the car feels and what I like and what I don't like about it in its current point in form. So when I do those mods and updates, it's a little bit more noticeable and I can kind of document that change. So there's that. Got my mountain bike over there, our new form of exercise, our Peloton, which I love that. That thing's great. So my toolbox is now there, and then my new 3D printing enclosure. So I'm gonna do a whole nother video on this build and kind of what I use to build it out. So I won't go in too detail on it. And also my new 3D printer there, you can see. So I'm super stoked about that. But this whole thing is coming together really nicely, just waiting on some final pieces for the finishing touches. But that's kind of just a quick tour of the garage. Trying to stay organized, it's always a challenge. So thanks everyone for tuning into this video. I always appreciate your support on the channel and those that reach out and ask when another video is going to be coming out. So hoping this kind of gives an update of what to expect over the coming weeks and months. Like I said, now that I'm just choosing to definitely dedicate and be intentional about time towards this, I'm hoping to really keep growing the channel and upping more content, because it's something I really like doing. So again, if you guys have any comments, feedback, or just ideas for things you might want to see on the channel, leave a comment below and I'll be happy to take that into consideration when I'm building out kind of the plan for all the videos I'm doing. And if you have any questions about anything that I showed in this video or just in past videos, I always try and respond to comments as quickly as I can. But yeah, thanks guys again for supporting the channel. As always, thanks for watching the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. A lot of content to come. And other than that, guys, I will see you in the next one.